What's up, y'all? Hey, hey, hey. What's going on? Wait for a couple of you guys to hop on. Say hi when you hop on so that way I know that you're on. All right, I see 2 people on. Drop me a comment so I know you're on. Hi, Kristen. Hi, how are you? Hi, Michelle. All right, you guys, so I am, all right, there's 4 of you guys on. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start. I am going to, hi. I am going to give you guys some red talk today. So it was requested by a couple of our teammates because I'll just turn down my screen because I cannot talk with those glasses on so long. So it was requested by a couple of our teammates, guys. This morning I was talking to some people this morning while we were on Power Hour. And you guys, first of all, we are at the 18th of the month. Tomorrow is the 19th. We still have so much time left in the month. And some of you guys have, and here's the deal. I'm just going to go right on into it, okay? I'm not going to hold anything back. I'm going to go right on into it. Hi, Jen. Hi, Jen. Some of you guys at the beginning of the month, even at the beginning of last month, had like some serious freaking goals. Like you guys had some goals that you were like, hey, Allie, you're like, I'm going to do this and this is going to be my month and here's my chart and here's what's left and here's what this and here's this. And then you didn't hit it in May. And you're like, okay, I'm doing it in June. In the beginning of June, you're like, I'm going to go hard. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do all the things and I'm going to hit this goal. You guys, some of you guys have been at the same exact spot in your business for months. For months and months and months. And here's the reason why. The decision hasn't been made. Period. Bottom line, the decision hasn't been made. When you make a decision to go after something and you have an X amount of dollars on your mind and you're like, this is how much money I need. Okay, you know what? You don't linger on who told you no or who left you on red or who hasn't told you yes yet. You continue going. You continue going because you already made a decision. And if they don't want to join you and they don't want to do this with you and they don't want to support you, then so what? Who cares who's next? Because they don't pay your bills, you guys. These people that you are following up with or that you are holding, a grudge against because they haven't supported you or you are caught up on the fact that somebody told you no or you're caught up on this or you're caught up on that. That doesn't pay your bills. That keeps you in the same spot. And let me tell you, if you look up the definition of insanity, okay, we're all guilty of it, Michelle, don't worry. If you look up the definition of insanity and you define it, it is doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, expecting different results. If it didn't work in January, it's not going to work in June. If it didn't work in February, it's not going to work in June. If it didn't work in March, it's not going to work in June. If it didn't work in April, it's not going to work in June. If it didn't work in May, it's not going to work in June. So you think that putting a post up is going to attract all these people and everybody's going to buy from you tomorrow. No, that's not how that works. You think by putting a story up one day out of the whole week, there's 7 days in the week, and one day you put up stories and you think everybody's going to buy from you and you're going to go ruby tomorrow or emerald tomorrow or diamond tomorrow because you put up one story for 15 seconds. One slide is 15 seconds, okay? 15 seconds is one slide. So you put 4 slides up. You got what, 15, 30, 30, 60? You got 1 minute worth of stories up in a week, and you think everybody's going to purchase from you. And if they don't, then they must not be interested, or they don't support you, or they don't this, or they don't that. You worked technically, you did one of the 4 things that you need to do in this business to be successful. You did one of those 4 things for 1 minute all week. It's just not going to work that way, you guys. Does the gym work that way? We spend years treating our body bad, drinking a lot of alcohol, possibly doing drugs, eating fast food, doing all these things to our body. And then we get a gym membership and we change our lifestyle and we get healthy and we want to have 6-pack tomorrow. It's not how it works. I started my fitness journey 4 years ago. 4 years ago is when I started my fitness journey. And do you know, I'm still working on it, but like that was, how old am I now? 32, 31, 30, 29, 28. So I was 26, 20, I was like 27-ish whenever I started. I was not nice to my body for 27 years. From the time that I was 18 to the time that I was 26, 27, I was eating Mexican food at least 2 to 3 times a week. I definitely had way too many carbs. I definitely drank way too much alcohol when I turned 21. I definitely partied way too much in college. I did not treat my body kind. So if it takes 4 years to see a consistent change in my body and drop 65 pounds, do 2 fitness competitions, compete at the level that I've competed at, work out the way that I work out. You guys, I work out twice a day. Still to this day, I work out twice a day. And it's because I know that my body will go back to its old, remember what it went through. And I don't want it to go back to what it did. I don't want it to go back to those bad habits. I don't want it to remember, oh, it's okay, you'll just have this. Oh, you'll just have this. Oh, it's just one cheat day. Oh, it's just one cheat week. You'll go back on Monday. You know, we do that with our business. Oh, I can do that tomorrow. I'll do that tomorrow. I won't hop on this Zoom because there's going to be more Zooms. I'm not going to hop on this one because there's going to be another one. I'm not going to do this because of this. I'll do that on Monday. You know what? I know I need to start messaging, so I'm actually going to start messaging on Monday. Or, oh, you know what? This week is just, oh, you know what? There's only 10 days left of the month. So, you know what? July is my month. July is the month I'm going to promote. You've been saying that for months. If you are on here and you've been saying that for months, when is it going to be your time? You know, I told one of our teammates today, she has a $10,000, she has a big bonus on the line right now. 10,000 if I'm not mistaken. $10,000 bonus on the line right now. And I'm like, if that doesn't make you want to not take a nap and wake up in the morning, what will? That's a big chunk of money to be like less than 1,000 cells away to getting that big of a bonus. I'd be like, come hell or high water, I'm messaging every single one of my Facebook friends. I'm calling all my friends and family. I'm asking them to make orders. I'm doing this. I'm calling all my existing customers and telling them to do a one-time order. I am rallying my people because I decided I want it and I'm going to get it. But until you do that for yourself and you decide that that is what you want for yourself, you are not, it doesn't matter what you have. You have all the tools. You guys, my enroller left this business shortly after she signed me up. I figured this out on YouTube while I was pumping my boobs on my lunch break because I was breastfeeding my baby. So I had to pump during my lunch break. I was pumping, I was eating, and I was watching Jade Hooper on YouTube. And I would let the pump just kind of hang on my boob, and I would write down whatever she was saying. Because we didn't have scripts back then. We didn't have word board. We didn't have somebody in our chats sending us post ideas and story templates and what to say and how to reply to somebody. And if somebody asked this question, here's the reply. I didn't have that 6 years ago, and I'm still here. I did not have that 6 years ago, and I'm still here as a double diamond, making 3 times the amount of money I did as a personal banker at Wells Fargo. Because I decided that I did not want that. And you guys, if you go to my page, if you go to my Facebook page and you scroll, I don't know, it was either yesterday or the day before, I put a picture up. It was like a collage. Again, nobody was telling me what I was posting looked spammy. So I had this like collage of me and Rocky. And it said, do you see this little boy right here? Like, this is why I want to be successful. I don't want to miss time with him. I don't want to miss time with him. And it talked about that. And I shared that post from 6 years ago. I shared that post and I said, I sure did make this a reality. Guys, it took me 2 years. It took me 2 years to leave Wells Fargo and make a full-time income and replace that income from here. And I did not have the tools that you have. I did not have the tools that you have. We have Barb the bot who is literally training your people. So like if you're brand new and you're like, I don't know how to train somebody, we have Barb and you have me and I'm in all your chats. So if somebody's in a chat and they're like, hey, I have a question about this, this, and this, and you're at work, because if you're working full time or you don't know the answer, you tag my name, I get the notification, and I am helping and coaching your people one-on-one. What is stopping you from bringing teammates in? Right? And Barb takes them through their first 10 days anyways. Literally. She gives them words. She gives them pictures, posts, everything. She's amazing. Absolutely incredible. You have story templates. You have everything that you need in this business to be successful. Access to endless amounts of Zooms. Hi, Aurora. Access to endless amounts of Zooms. You have that. And earlier I was on this Zoom this morning and I told one of our teammates, I said, if that doesn't make you want to stop taking a nap, if that doesn't make you want to get up and do something, then you just don't want it. Then you simply just don't want it badly enough. That's it, you guys. That's it. So here's the next thing I'm going to talk about. This goes a little bit deeper, okay? So I'm going to deep dive into this just real quick. Let's talk about money mindset real fast, because I feel like this individual and so many of us have a money mindset about things. So drop a 1 in the comments if you've ever heard any of these things I'm fixing to say. Money is the root of all evil. Rich people are selfish. You are not a present mom or a present dad if you work all the time and all you care about is money. Must be nice. Like that is one of the things that like I've always heard people say, like, yeah, must be nice. Like, in other words, always talking about like people that have it like in a negative way, like, oh, well, must be nice. Almost like it's negative to work hard for the things that you want, or it's negative to work hard for those kind of things. And so what's so crazy is that, guys, why were these things said to us in that way, right? Because what happens is that as adults, we hear these things. Money is the root of all evil. Money is bad for you. Money is this. Oh, they're selfish. Oh, they're real chocante. They're real, like all these different things that you hear. They think they're better than everybody. They think they're better than her. Oh yeah, she's just like that. She thinks she's above everybody. All these different things that you hear about money. And what ends up happening is our money mindset literally thinks like, oh, I don't want to make money. And you don't even realize it. So we become accustomed to living paycheck to paycheck. We become accustomed to just making enough, just having enough, just doing enough. We become accustomed to that. And it almost makes us feel bad because we want more, or we want to do more. Let me tell you something, and I'm actually going to go and get it real quick because it's not in here, is it? No, they're in my closet because I look at them every morning when I get dressed. So when good people make good money, they do good things. Never forget that. Retrain your brain to think that. When good people make good money, they do good things. So let me show you guys something. And I'm going to show you this just really fast because this is where I get dressed every morning. And these are my babies. Excuse my mess, but this is where I get dressed every morning. This is like where I have my jewelry holder in my closet. I have a picture of me and Rich when we launched the Robinsons. All my jewelry is right there, and these are my babies. So these kiddos right here, let me pull them down so that way you guys can see them. These kiddos right here live in Honduras, okay? When I sponsored these babies, my mother told me, I don't know why you have to sponsor kids in Honduras whenever there's people here that are broke and need money too. And you know what? That is because that is this mindset of people that can't be happy that you're doing something good with your money because they want you to continue to feel bad for making money. Retrain your brain to think good people, when good people make good money, they do good things. My car has been paid off for 4 years. I don't have the need really. I mean, I want one, I guess. I have it on my dream board. My dream board is right here. Also right here where I get ready in the morning. But I want another vehicle, but like I haven't had a payment in 4 years. I paid that car off a year after I got it with my at works paycheck. I wrote a check for $30,000 and paid that freaking car off on an Emerald paycheck, by the way. On an Emerald paycheck, took me a year to pay that car off. And I'm like, but instead of having a car payment, I could just sponsor more babies. I could just host team meetings and team trips and team vacations and contests. Like, why? And you guys, because when good people make good money, they do good things. And when you retrain your brain to think that way, it makes you want to do more. It makes you want to give more. It makes you want to make more. But if you continue to think of this cap, this mindset cap on money where it's like, it's bad and people that make money are selfish and all the negative things, that's what you're feeding. That's what you're feeding. But think about your bills for a second, okay? Think about your bills. Maybe write them down. I have so many journals. I literally journal every day. And then I also work my business every single day. Everything sits right here. I could go through all of this, okay? I'm not. I want you to journal your bills. What is your what is your monthly bill? What is your rent, your car payment, your insurance, your electricity, your phone? What is your overhead every single month? Write it down. Then I want you to write down what you can pay off. Your car, what has something that you have to pay on every single month? Is it your car? Is it like insurance is residual, but maybe a vehicle, maybe a couch or a bedroom set or something that you have financed, whatever it is that you want to pay off, a credit card, student loan. What is the total of that? And make a financial plan with your It Works paychecks, because that's going to be your why. That's going to be your why. When I do not feel like working my business, you know what I think about? I think about missing time with my family because I paid everything off. I sold my house to move back home. That was our only residual. And now I'm trying to buy the property that I live on right now. It's my family's property and I'm trying to purchase it now. And I'm going to pay cash. I'm not going to have a payment on that because I've saved my money and I tell my money where to go, because that's my money mindset now. That was my money mindset. Do you know that my dad, he's retired, but you guys, he was a payment person. He writes the check out, he puts it in an envelope, he mails it, he sends it out to the post office every month, literally old school, writes a check out and makes payments until it's paid off. He may have the extra money to put towards it, but he doesn't do that because he's old school. He just makes the payment and pays it off. And I'm like, Dad, you're paying more interest, right? You're paying a lot of money in interest because you do it that way. And you guys, that's because there's that money mindset. Well, I have to just make the minimum payment. I have to do this. I have to do that. And this is the things that were taught to us. Being debt-free is so cliche. It's so taboo. It's so no, you can't be debt-free. You just make the minimum payment. You just make your payment. No, you can be debt-free. You just have to make a plan for it. And you have to stop thinking in a negative money mindset. So when I think about not working my business, I think about not having freedom of time. I think about not being here with my boys every step of the way. I think about what I went through with Jack when we got him diagnosed with autism and what I would have missed and how he would not have been diagnosed because I would have never caught it had I not retired from Wells Fargo because of this business. Do you guys see what I'm saying? So if you are not taking advantage of the tools that are in the chats, in the team page, getting on these Zooms, hearing people that are just like you, people from that their families come from Mexico, ex-drug addicts, stay-at-home moms, single moms. There was even somebody the other night that had a son that is just like Jack, and he's autistic, and she was like, I got to catch his autism because I was home with him and I didn't miss anything. And I was like, oh my gosh, me too. When you get on a Zoom and you hear somebody tell their story, you hear something that relates to you, and you're like, dang, me too. And she did how much in volume this month? I need 800 in BV to go freaking Ruby. And I've been sitting at this since May, making excuses. This chick needed 30,000 in volume to go presidential, and she did it in 2 weeks with 2 people working. Because why? Because she knew what was on the line, you guys. Here's another thing I want to talk to you really quick about, and I talked about this on our leadership call on Friday, and I'm going to talk about it on here too. Here's what is so crazy. We think about PTO. I know, like, I asked Aurora on our leadership call, tell us how you get PTO, because I wanted her to tell everybody. Guys, in corporate America, when you get PTO, you get it because you either put in X amount of years, you put in X amount of hours, you worked X amount of times, you had, like, there were all these different things that you had to do to earn just like 4 hours of PTO. 4 hours, 6 hours. I remember I hit 5 years with Wells, and they gifted me for my 5-year anniversary 3 hours of vacation time. But when my son was sick, they didn't let me take sick leave. I had to take my PTO. When he got an ear infection, I had to take PTO. When I was pregnant and I would go to my OBGYN appointments when I was pregnant, I had an hour lunch break. I was expected to take my OBGYN appointment on my lunch break, and if I went over, because sitting in a doctor's office waiting for your gynecologist to see you takes time, and then they do the sonogram and all that stuff. If I went over by 30 minutes, I had to take 30 minutes of PTO. So it wasn't vacation time. It wasn't any sort of like, here you go, here's some freedom. We're just going to sprinkle it on there for you. We appreciate all your hard work. No, it was like, we're going to also just take it away that easily. So you have to put in X amount of hours and X amount of time to earn these vacation times, right? And I say quote unquote vacation times because they do make you take it for other things. And if any of you are in corporate America, you feel me on this. And I mean by anything. So why wouldn't I want to put in the work into my business for the freedom that I live? I have to be on my phone while I drive to, well, not me drive, but I'll let Richard drive and I'll work on my phone while we drive to go get groceries at 12 o'clock on a Wednesday. If I want to go to Nashville for a girls trip for a week, I have to take 2 hours every day to work my business, but I'm in Nashville for a week and I had to work my business for 2 hours and I woke up an hour before everybody, or I worked it while my friends were getting dressed. Who cares? Why is that? Why do we have this perception of this business takes so much time? This business takes this away and I have to do this and my spouse is this and my spouse this and so tells me this and my friends tell me this and my friends tell me this. But yet you get a promotion with a $1.50 pay raise, or maybe let's even say a $2 pay raise. That's pushing it, because every pay raise that I've ever gotten at Wells Fargo was always like $1.25 max. And they give you 2 hours of vacation for the year. For the year. By the way, this is a 12-month calendar period that I'm talking about. A year. And we're like, we got this promotion. And our friends and family are like, congratulations, yeah. But on the other end, we care so much that they don't understand what we're doing with this business. But if you told them the truth about what you're actually getting with this corporate promotion that they're so ecstatic about, what do you think that they would say? Where is the real pyramid scheme at? Where? Think about it. You guys, decide and charge. Period. Decide and charge. You have every tool available to you. Every single tool available to you. You have access to me 24/7. And if I don't reply in the chat, there's going to be another diamond leader or above that is going to reply in there. But you have access to amazing leadership in these chats. You have access to so many scripts in our team page that you are watching this on right now. You have scripts to reply to people. You have WordBoard. If you have not downloaded WordBoard, then you have not gone through Barb the Bot. You need to go through Barb the Bot. She teaches you 10 days of amazing content. And you download Barb the Bot. And you go through Barb the Bot and you download WordBoard, and WordBoard gives you scripts at your fingertips. Literally, you push a button on your keyboard on your phone, and scripts pop up, and you're like, oh, I want to use that one. Boom, send. So if somebody's like, tell me about this TFX, and you're like, I don't know, I'm brand new, I have no idea what to say. You go, boom, TFX, and it sends them the definition of TFX. And at the end of that definition, it says, do you want pricing info? And then they're going to reply to you, yeah, send me pricing info. Oh, back to WordBoard. Boom, pricing info on TFX. And you send it, and then you're hearing a conversation with them, and you have everything at your fingertips. The only thing that is stopping you is what you are telling yourself. Either what you're telling yourself about this business, either what you're telling yourself about money, or what you're telling yourself about yourself. But here's the thing about confidence. And guys, I can go on about this for days, and I will not. But what I will tell you is that if you have ever been in an abusive relationship, drop another one in the comments. If you've ever been cheated on, hurt, abused mentally or physically or anything like that, and you always said, I'm going to leave, I'm going to leave, I'm going to leave, and you never left, and then you finally left, what happened? You were like, INDE, you know what that means? I got my own house. I got my own car, right? And you were like, I'm going to go get hot. I'm going to go and work out. I'm going to go and do this, and I'm going to go and do that. I'm going to go shopping. I got my nails done. I got my lashes done. I'm doing all this stuff because I have confidence. And do you know why a girl that comes out of that kind of relationship has confidence? Because she finally did something that she said she was going to do, and she didn't let herself down. Guys, this is everything that confidence is. When you say you're going to do something and you do it and you don't let yourself down. I'm going to go diamond. I'm going to go ruby. And you decide and you do it. And that's where confidence comes. You look at me, you look at Jackie Deering, you look at maybe Jen Rupp, you look at Cheyenne Knox, and you're just like, gosh, she's so confident. Why are they so confident? Because we said we were going to do something, and we did it, and we didn't let ourselves down. The same feeling that you had when you left that relationship and you got the hell out because you decided to do it and you didn't let yourself down, and you were like, shine bright like a diamond, right? You were just like all on fire. Like literally as you were walking down the street, basically Alicia Keys, this girl is on fire, was just like beaming out of you because you were just on fire. You're that same person. You still got it, girl. You just haven't pulled it out because you haven't decided. You haven't had enough of being broke. You haven't had enough of living paycheck to paycheck. You haven't had enough of telling your friends and family, no, you can't go on vacation with them because you don't have PTO and you don't got the money. You haven't had enough of telling your spouse that you can't take them on vacation, or you can't buy them a Father's Day gift, or you can't do this, or you can't do that. Or going to the freaking grocery store and having to stop in the aisle and check your bank account. You haven't had enough of that yet. When you have had enough of that, then you're going to decide, and you're going to take advantage of everything that is around you because you have access to it all. That's what it takes when you have had enough of whatever it is that you're sick of taking. Because in that bad relationship, you had to have had enough. There was a last time, and you bounced. And you picked yourself up with all this freaking confidence because you didn't let yourself down. What is it in your life that you need to have enough of? Maybe it's a naysayer family member. Maybe it's a naysayer friend. And you're like, this chick is stupid and I'm going to prove to her that this works. Hold my beer and watch this. Whatever you need to do. But you got to decide. You got to decide, because nobody, your enroller, your upline, me, your sideline sisters, your teammates, nobody can decide that for you but you.
I'm just here to hold your hand and run with you while you run and give you every single little bit of anything that you need to get to the finish line. I got hydrate. I'll give you hydrate. All right, you guys. I love y'all, and I believe in you. I love you, and I believe in you with everything that you got, and that's what you are right there. You are a gold, shiny, beautiful rhino. Just decide and charge. All right, I love you guys. Talk to y'all later.